Hello, everybody. My name is Eric Johnson, and I will be your instructor for Anthropology 100 this quarter. I just wanted to give a brief introduction to the structure of the class since we will be meeting asynchronously, and you will be going through all of the modules on your own at your own pace. So if we start here with our class Canvas shell, you can see that the first set of documents are the syllabus, and then I posted a picture of the anthropology textbook that you can get at the bookstore. Anything else that I have that needs to be posted for general information on the course will be in this group of documents right here. After that, we will go through our modules by week. So week 1, everything that we do will be posted right here, documents, drop boxes. You'll notice that I also have the first chapter of the textbook. I know it's hard for some folks to get their book this first week because of financial aid checks. So after that, you'll be responsible for the book, and you should be able to get that at the bookstore or Amazon or another vendor, but just make sure you have it by next week. We'll be using the whole book this quarter. And then you'll see week 2 and so on and so forth. I haven't opened up these other weeks so as not to confuse you. And we'll get into this specific information here as we go through the syllabus. So if you go up here, you'll see our syllabus. Go ahead and click on that and download it. You'll see that the first page has, just like every other CBC syllabus, contact information. I prefer, so I'm a full-time professor at WSU on the Tri-Cities campus. And so that's the email that I check most frequently. If you have something urgent, that's the best way to get a hold of me, is through that email address. If you would like to meet for office hours, we can set up a time. I do that all the time with my students, both at CBC and WSU, and we just set up a time to Zoom and go over anything you need. So the other information here is basic information from CBC. So I suggest that you read through that. On page 5, you'll see the course assignments and assessment information. That's information that's specific to this course. Okay, so we'll be using Canvas for everything. All the assignments need to be done digitally, right? No handwritten assignments. You have to do it on Word documents and then upload it that way. Don't use Pages. If you have a Mac, there's a program called Pages. It doesn't sync very well with Canvas. And so if you can get Microsoft Word for free since you're a CBC student, but please don't use Pages. If for some reason you're using something that isn't syncing with Canvas, even Microsoft Word, you can always turn it into a PDF and submit it. But I just know that we haven't had luck with Pages, okay? You can follow all of your progress through the grades link on Canvas. And as you'll see, everything's organized according to the week. So you can read through all of the descriptions of the assignments here. Now, I'm not going to go through them all because I want you to read them on your own and make sure that you understand what they're saying here, okay? As you go through, you'll notice that there is a remind registration assignment. I like to use the remind system in case I lose access to email or in case there's some sort of emergency. It just helps me communicate with you using a text system. And you can delete that after the quarter's over, but I find it helpful to be able to communicate with students outside of a Canvas or email system in case of emergency. Okay. Our main assignments will be chapter inquiries. Those will be done based on the chapters in the book every week. And I'm going to let you read that description on your own. We will also be doing a weekly discussion based on the topics. And I call those roundtable discussions. You'll be using Flipgrid for those assignments. And you can see they have a staggered due date, okay, which I will let you read so you can make sure that you're familiar with the format. There will be a final project, and that will be done using Zoom and then recording a Zoom presentation, then uploading it to YouTube and posting it And there'll be more information. There's a lot here, but there'll be more information that I'll give you, usually around week 10. And then there'll be a final exam that is, you'll be doing that on Canvas. Okay, now remember, I like to put this in here for students to understand that this is, it's a regular course, it's asynchronous, but the time that you spend should be commensurate with a regular course. So we would be spending 4 hours a week in class during on-campus meeting time if it were a synchronous class. So that's 4 hours of just meeting and discussions. And then there's usually about an hour a day for doing the readings, the assigned readings. So you're looking at 8 to 10 hours a week that you're dedicating towards a 5-credit course. And I point this out so that you don't just dedicate one day to try to get everything done, and which can be overwhelming. If you're talking about reading in sometimes 2 chapters of a book and doing all of the activities in the modules. So spread it out, okay? And it's a pretty manageable workload when you just chop it up over a few days, but trying to do it all in one sitting is going to overwhelm you, okay? Now here is the breakdown of points and the grade system. And then on page 9, I have the start of the calendar. So the calendar is going to really be your framework for keeping up in class. It's going to tell you what's due every week and when. You can see week 1, we're only going to be looking at chapter 1, which I've posted on Canvas, and I'll show you where that is. But you've got like a headshot photo you're going to submit. You're going to submit proof of registration for Remind. There's a syllabus quiz to make sure that you've gone through the syllabus. And those are all due Thursday. Okay. Then the main assignments are the chapter inquiry and the roundtable discussion. Those are due on Thursday as well, although the roundtable discussion is staggered. So you do an initial post on Thursday, and then you have until Sunday to do some responses. Starting in week 2, then we get into a regular routine. So there'll be the chapter inquiry and then roundtable discussion. Chapter 3, or week 3 is chapter 3, or chapter inquiry 3, roundtable discussion 3. You'll also notice that after a couple weeks, then we start doing 2 chapters at a time. Except for the chapter 9 in week 6 on language, I have some other readings embedded into the inquiry. So I'm a professor of bilingual education, and my background's in linguistic anthropology. So I really like to spend time digging into language that week. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so you can see the weeks and the dates, okay, to keep you up to speed there. If we go back to Canvas, you will see, now this should make more sense. Week 1, and then here are all the assignments that you have. Week 2, here are all the assignments in Dropboxes. So the headshot photo Dropbox, take an appropriate selfie and upload that. That helps me put a face with the name. It helps me remember also, like, if you need letters of recommendation or whatever in the future, I can come back and jogs my memory. Remind registration, syllabus quiz, pretty clear right there. Here's the first chapter of the textbook, that I posted, and it's in PDF, so you can get going this week. The chapter inquiry document, you just go ahead and open that. You need to download it. Once you download it, maybe, okay. Okay, so the first thing is when you download it, you need to save it to your computer, right? And then fill in the information. So where it says write your name here, obviously, put your name. And then you'll see there are 5 sections. Each section's worth 5 points. It gives instructions. And then, at least the first few, I'll put this, type your answer here so you know the format, you get used to it. But you don't have to keep the brackets. You just start typing. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. And it expands, so you type as much as you need. Okay. And then save frequently. All right. And then you'll go through, sometimes I'll have these videos. This one, I think, this is one that I did for you. And then right here, you see, like, sometimes you have to post a website and then you'll type an answer. So it's a combination of videos of you doing some independent research, things like that. So I've had pretty good feedback from past students doing these activities. Okay, so when you're done, then you'll go ahead and save that document to your computer, save. Then you'll have the chapter inquiry 1 Dropbox, and that's where you'll go in and upload your file. Okay, and so you choose wherever, whatever file you had, click it, and then you'll upload that to the Dropbox. It's not going to play nicely with me right now. There are also, or there's a field here where you can write comments if you want me to know anything or something happened. Go ahead and type those in here. And then you just submit, okay? And that'll be for your chapter inquiry document. The next part of the weekly assignments is going to be the discussion. If you haven't used Flipgrid before, it's just a way that you can contribute short videos of yourself discussing whatever topic. And we used to have to do it from an external website. So you had to put in a code and log on to other things. Now we're able to integrate it right into Canvas. So it's really slick. You can go ahead and click Flipgrid, boom, click on that. And it should integrate right into your computer or from your phone. So I have the instructions out of the syllabus right here. And all you're going to do is add a response. And then it will, if you click that, then it'll engage your camera. I don't know what it's going to do with mine now that I have 2 cameras. And then you just, I have a document camera, so that's what it's doing. So you click that, record it, and yeah, and it'll submit a video. Now, that's going to be due by Thursday, just like the chapter inquiry document, based on a prompt that I'll let you read in the syllabus. And then you'll have a few days to reply to 4 of your other peers. And once you go into the Flipgrid, you'll see your peers. Everybody's little box will pop up. Same one. So Saturday you go in, click on that, open it, and you'll see whoever's responded will be down here. And then you just click on somebody's, listen to what they say, and then you'll provide a response. And it's a cool way to have an extended dialogue around topics that you come up with. It's my favorite part of the class is these discussions. Okay, so once we get through the first week, then we just have the inquiries and the discussions every week. Inquiry, discussion, inquiry, discussion. Yeah, and so make sure you do your inquiries before you do the discussions. That'll inform what you say and the research that you do. You have to look up your own information. And I hope you enjoy it. So the last thing I wanted to say is if you have any questions, make sure that you've read the syllabus and the syllabus description of the assignment before you email me. The first thing that I'm going to ask you is what part of the syllabus description is not clear. And so if you haven't read the syllabus, then I'm going to go back and make you read whatever it is. So make sure you do that. Let me know what's not clear when you email me. And the other thing is, if you email me a question, it usually takes me a day to get back. I receive a lot of emails. It also takes me a long time to read an email and to reply. And so I would appreciate it if you send me a question, and in the meantime, if you haven't heard back from me, you find out what to do, send me another email, say, never mind, I found the answer, or I don't need that, because it takes me 5 to 10 minutes to look up and explain and do all these, tend to your questions adequately. So it helps me you find out the answer if you just email and say, no, I'm good. Thanks anyways. So I don't have to spend that time digging through and looking for an answer. Okay. Yeah, I look forward to watching your videos and reading the chapter inquiry narratives. Anthropology is a great field, and I know that you're going to enjoy the class. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Other than that, I'll be seeing you soon.